Hey guys, I'm Casey Webb from Part Timers on the Smosh channel on YouTube. I'm hanging out here with the guys at PBR Podcast. Check us out. Check me out at Casey's Call on Twitter and Instagram. And you can also check out my website for new content, the stuff that I'm creating at CaseyWebsite.com. All right. Thanks, guys.
Hit it!
Sophisticated podcast revolution. Now tell me something good. Oh yeah.
What's up, everybody? Pizza Beer Revolution, Mike Plano, Derek D, and sitting in our main man from Amsterdam, or a Ritz commercial,
Yeah.
Casey Webb. What up, Casey?
Casey's here. Guys,
You're not from
amazing.
Amsterdam at all, but you look like it.
No, I've never been there either.
Really?
Can't wait to go.
I would like to go as well.
You ever see Pulp Fiction?
Yes.
I love that. Who was the main man from Amsterdam?
The character?
Yeah, they talked about somebody.
But wasn't Samuel L. Jackson's character?
He says the line.
Yeah.
Right? Then they have the whole conversation about Burger King.
Right. With cheese and all that.
Yeah. Would you have would they call it a Burger King? I don't know. Would they call it a Big Mac? Right? Is that how it goes? I'm totally fucking this story.
Remember how big like a Royale with cheese that line got?
Yeah.
Like everyone was like, "I'll take a Royale with cheese."
Royale,
Like,
which everyone loves quote movies, especially that. Anything
was a
Samuel L.
big one.
Jackson says usually is pretty quotable.
Yeah, it's the
anyway.
Love Big Mac, right? The Love
well,
Big
who hears that?
Mac.
Were like, came out recently, and they were like, "Samuel, you don't know who Samuel L. Jackson is? You know the black guy in a movie? Every movie, that's him." It was something like that. I delivered it wrong. I don't
There's
know the
some
line, but
great,
It was funny.
great
It
edits.
was a recent movie, but you get what I'm saying.
There's some great edits online of like Darth Vader, and they put in Samuel L. Jackson's lines.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Say what again? And Darth Vader's like walking through the Empire. It's pretty nice.
The new Star Wars or old? Old?
A lot of since Darth Vader's not in the new ones. I don't know if he's- Spoiler alert. Spoiler.
Yeah.
His head's in it.
I haven't
head's in
seen it.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it?
Come
on.
I gotta go
loser,
back and watch
right?
the old ones.
I've
still,
seen it twice. Have you seen? I mean, you're pretty young. Have you seen the old ones?
I have, but I don't remember really.
Did you cry?
I know what happens.
At what
Was that
part?
your
At what part?
Chewbacca impersonation right
Yeah.
there? What the hell was that, Casey?
I'm pretty close to Chewbacca these days. I'm covered with hair. Did I cry? I got a little emotional. I'm not.
right?
I don't want to spoil it.
yeah,
right?
let's not spoil it, but when Han Solo dies by the lightsaber of his son,
Yeah.
it was
spoiler
upsetting to me, man. You haven't seen it,
alert.
really?
No, but I knew that happened already.
I mean, at this point, dude, you got to
Yeah. Pretty much. It's fair game.
If you haven't seen it yet, you're a communist. Let's be honest.
yeah,
Like I'm watching.
American.
I watched like a few episodes here and there of Sopranos, and right now I've been bowling through all of Sopranos.
My favorite way to watch a program.
Yeah, and it's great because it's even though I know what's going to happen, I'm fine with it. Like
It doesn't
cool.
matter. I don't care.
I know who's gonna die. I just don't know how some of them are gonna. But
They're all gonna die.
it's great. But it's also great because it's literally my family without the killing. Like literally straight up.
Really?
What they talk about, where they live, the characters, their vocabulary. It's insane.
Very New Jersey Italian.
It's so my family. It's insane.
All right, that's 5 episodes in a row now. You could Dennis fact check that. Sidney Lesperance.
Cha-ching,
Fact
what?
check that. That's 5 episodes in a row.
Talk about Sopranos.
No, you talk about that. Your family is like the Sopranos.
I wanted to tell Casey that. I felt like Casey needed to know
That's
that
okay. And
information.
then the last 4 guests apparently
I thought
needed
he
to know
was,
as well.
trying to plug to get on the show. Spoiler alert: show's over. But
and Gandolfini is no longer.
Derek,
Rest in peace.
did you meet the guy? Did you ever meet him?
I didn't know. Did you?
I met him once at the Asbury Film Festival. And,
Intense?
It was outside. It wasn't in a tent, but
No. I get it. It's funny.
Dude,
You're a comedian, right?
Yeah,
Rim shot.
No, he was very
Must be
intense.
on
He
my
was an
toes.
intense dude. Yeah, he didn't really have.
I heard a very nice guy.
zero emotion, but he's brooding. Nice guy though. Nice.
A good friend of mine, Joe Fish, who does like very high-end aquariums for celebrities.
Oh, that's cool.
Worked with him and opened a store with him, and he said he was a great guy.
A quick story about James Gandolfini. When he was working on Sopranos, he was sick one day, and all the extras and everyone that was supposed to day play whatever, they canceled the day, so they didn't get. He paid for everyone.
Yeah, I've heard that. He's very
kinda guy.
generous with his money and his time.
One thing you might not know about Pizza Beer Revolution is that we can channel the dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Come
we
out?
bring them right to microphone. Watch, right? James Gandolfini. How do you feel about this year's election?
Hey, Uncle, what's Uncle Joe?
You don't do it, James?
Christopher. Hey, Christopher, what you doing, Christopher? Just work your soundboard. Your soundboard.
Good. I feel like every time you do an impersonation of him, you should throw in gabagools.
Gabagools. Hey, where the gabagools?
Remember he had that meat issue? And he would like faint and stuff, like is the meat.
Oh yeah, he was fainting all the time.
Yeah.
Too much meat.
I gotta go. I got to, my legs are falling asleep. Carmelo.
Big guy, man. Big guy. You know how he died? He stopped breathing.
in Italy.
Yeah, in Italy, that's how he died.
Stop breathing
Too much
in Italy.
gabagoo.
I mean,
His heart exploded, I think.
60%. Then you stop breathing, right?
That sucks.
Yeah, dying or your heart exploding?
Both.
Yeah, in
Usually
Italy.
hand in hand. Yeah, in Italy.
I mean, hey, if you're gonna die somewhere, you know.
I mean, think about the cured meats that he was probably knee deep in right before he died,
all
right?
all that salty, delicious
He probably
meats.
had the best supersod ever.
Well, it's better than dying like David Carradine because he was like hung up in a closet in
Masturbating,
Thailand,
right?
masturbating.
Jaying off,
so,
You don't want to
you
be
know.
found like that.
Yeah, no. Rather have my heart explode.
You got to clear your history.
And it's
Right.
true. And while I'm watching The Sopranos, though, I like see him eating all the meat and all the bad stuff. And I'm like, dude, you're gonna die in Italy because of all this.
Method actor. Yeah, he really ate the meat.
He
really ate
did.
the meat.
He did.
Took the
Well,
meat.
I mean, if you listen to our Patreon episode of this, you'll see that him and Derek have a lot in common.
Oh wow.
Hashtag
Both
Tiny Tim.
Slice up their mouths. Yeah.
That's Gianni's Pizzeria,
Slice up
which
your mouth.
smells delicious, by the way.
Yeah, you
It's
guys, we
here.
can eat. We can eat the pizza.
We'll eat. It's we used to eat on air. It's unbecoming.
Sounds weird.
It does sound weird.
Yeah.
He used to eat on air.
The focus is towards the pizza, not towards the program.
No good.
Speaking of food,
Ooh.
Yeah.
what about Ritz crackers, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You guys like
Yeah, yeah,
those?
yeah.
Holy
What?
crap.
So Casey, you're a for people who may not know. Hopefully, they're all following you now.
Nobody has any idea.
They
will.
Where can they stalk you while they're listening to this on their phone? They could go to your Twitter.
Yeah, Casey's Call is my Twitter handle. Yeah, Instagram, same thing. I have the same handle for every.
That's smart. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people
Yeah.
are dumb. DUM, dumb.
Big and dumb.
You know what I mean?
I get that a lot.
But your website's like
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. Go ahead.
it's like Casey Webb dot but
Keep going. You'll get there.
It's
It's like,
I mean, there's a link to it on our website.
No, I
you're
know
like,
that-
you're like a little kid. I'm bringing you closer to it. Come on.
if it's not DerekD.com,
no,
it
it's
doesn't
something
roll off
clever.
the
It's well
tongue.
played.
So
I mean, I know all your I follow in all social media.
Thank you.
But there's something clever about the way you did it. It's like
So the turn of events. So I was, creating a website for myself, building it.
Did you build it? Because it looks good, man.
Thanks. I mean, I use a website to build my website, which makes it easy. I don't need to plug those guys. They have enough money. But Weebly.com. You can build your own website. Really easy, guys. But originally when I first built it, I was looking for my name, Casey Webb. Turns out there was some kid in South Carolina that had Casey Webb, real estate. So I was like, motherfucker,
and you're two B's.
Yeah, two B's. So Casey Webb. I was like, oh, so I was typing away. I was like, oh, how about Casey website? So lo and behold,
That's it.
Casey website is
that's
my
nice,
actual
man.
website. Yeah.
So basically, you just lied to us.
Two Bs.
Not everything is Casey's Call.
no, with the exception of my website,
Right on.
which is my
No,
full
it's cool,
name.
man. It's good.
It's CaseyWebsite.com.
I get it.
You
dude.
get it?
I
You
get it.
get it?
Wait, is it
Website.com.
website with two B's?
Two B's,
You said-
which is my last name.
That's sick, man.
Boom. There it is.
Brilliant.
Boom.
Cleverness.
So you're a comedian, a voiceover artist. You're on a bunch of shows on YouTube, on the TV.
Yeah, I got some
all
stuff
that
going
good
on.
stuff, man. So let's dive into that a little bit,
Very
man. Where
flattering.
are you from originally?
Born and raised. I was born in Red Bank, New Jersey.
Represent.
Local boy.
Riverview Hospital. 427. Not going to put the other year on that. The end of that. 427. The April 27th.
Can you give us your social? Just
Yeah,
the-
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, born in Red Bank. I was raised in Little Silver, which is a town right next door.
Yeah.
Basically Red Bank.
Oh, you're a
Yes.
rich kid.
No, what's funny? We grew up pretty poor.
Stop.
No, yeah, Little Silver means small change. If you didn't know that.
Yeah, but we're not Native American.
That's true. Neither am I. Or we aren't.
You look so Native American.
You do look a little.
I'm part Apache and Ginger. more like the Yeti.
What do you think was more terrifying to the Native Americans? The first time they saw the white man, or the first time they saw the ginger? Like, were they really freaked out by that?
Yeah, they probably, that's when they started fighting. They were peaceful people until they saw a ginger. Then they started, tomahawking everyone.
Do you remember Return of the Jedi?
He's already bleeding from the
Yes,
head.
look at that bloody head.
Like the
Dead
Ewoks,
devil.
in Return of the Jedi, the Ewoks were totally cool with humans and Wookiees, but when C-3PO
Right.
rose up, they all bowed like he was a god. I wonder if that's what it was like.
Yeah, it's similar. I mean, it runs with ginger balls. They called me, or they called my
called
people. They called my people the ginger folk.
You, Bill Burr.
Runs with Bill Burr doesn't really have
Louis
any hair.
CK.
These guys are all basically bald. I'm the last living redhead, I guess. No, there's a lot of redheads out there, thank God. But no money in Little Silver. I'd like to get back to that. We parents are humble New Yorkers. Dad was from the Bronx. Mom was from Hell's Kitchen, Chelsea area.
Hell's Kitchen, right on.
They left to have a better life.
Left where? What, left New York?
Left New York.
How did they end up in New York? Are they first generation? Or are you second?
First generation New Yorkers. They are
Irish.
Irish. Yeah, my mother's Irish and Italian. My father's all Irish from the Bronx. They moved over.
J-Lo fans.
Jennifer
Lopez.
I think my dad likes her butt, but my mom doesn't probably know who she is. She doesn't really pay attention to that stuff.
Right on.
Small Latin butts. I do though. I like her.
That's a nice butt. Yeah.
She's got a nice butt.
Remember, she was the first butt, and then the Kardashians stole it.
Yeah. Well, they grew it. It was like a chia pet. The Kardashian buttocks chia pet.
It's not even like normal.
Surgery. No, some of that's fake.
You think it's fake?
Well, I know Nicki Minaj's is fake, but she tries to say it's not.
Are they fake butts?
Yeah, some of them are fake butts. You see, sometimes you could see like
That's the
if you look it
weird.
up, they sit down and you see like the implant like
Their extra butt.
it's so
You
weird.
got to turn. I saw on the.
When you look at old
video.
pictures of Nicki Minaj, her ass isn't that big.
How do you buy clothes? Like Butt Plus? Like where do you go?
Guess, man. I
Where
guess
do
it's
you
like
get
a
more
hip thing.
Yeah, like big and tall for guys. What do you go to?
Yeah,
button,
short and stout.
short and button.
That's where I shop.
I go the Husky. There's actually no store.
You and
for
I
me.
do not, or
No.
Derek for that matter, do not shop at the same store.
No, definitely not.
He shops at Gap Kids.
Gap Kids, the little
Right.
guys.
Mike is my height.
We're not even
He's like
remotely the
this
same
much
size.
taller than me. And
I'm like
for those who are just
6'3",
listening, half an
dude.
inch.
I think there's some bullying going on here, guys.
Yeah, it's
Bullying
jealousy,
going on.
and I don't partake.
Jealousy. Let me just point out, Casey. We went over this, and you can see it on our social media. But we had Bobby Bandiera sitting in that chair. We
Yes.
sang "Wanted, Dead or Alive."
Wanted.
We
Come
put
on.
out a poll as to who sang it better.
Right.
70% of the fan base said me. Derek freaked out. Frank, get on the microphone.
Well,
for a
'cause
second.
honestly-
Frank, ladies and gentlemen, our producer Frankie,
Hey, Frankie.
you were there to witness this, right? I am not making this up. Did he not freak out? Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. My fault.
Let's go back to
You
that.
had me muted.
Well,
Now you want me to take
I
your
didn't wanna
side
hear
in
you,
this argument?
Frankie.
I don't want to hear you breathe.
You're not respected.
Did he
around
not
here,
freak
Frankie.
out, though? Tell the people the truth.
Who?
No, I did. I'm like, what the hell? But I think they think my voice was you if they were just listening.
I've heard Derek sing. He's got a nice voice, and Bobby Bandiera's got a nice voice too. I don't know.
Listen,
Yeah, I'm listening.
the people
I'm here
don't
for
lie.
it.
Votes don't lie.
It's
Right?
Twitter. Come on. Just it lives in the cloud. It's all make believe. It's all fantasy, guys. Come on.
It's okay, dude.
But I'll let you have it.
You don't have to be
I'll
the
let you
best
have it.
at everything.
I'll let you have it. I'm not the best at everything.
You're very competitive.
He's very competitive.
Well, welcome to that's the biz.
That's totally the biz. Yeah.
Okay.
He was very happy when you did book that voiceover
For the Denny's commercial.
for the Dennis
Which
commercial,
he
and I was
played
happy
me.
for him, and because
I told him he did a
you
great
probably
job.
nailed it.
Just what did I express my excitement?
No, I didn't. It got really quiet when I started talking about
You know
it. I was
what, though?
like, well, I'm gonna,
If you
blow up the
listen to
spot.
that voiceover, the dude they gave the part to
The cowboy?
not the cowboy. The dude is like the burly, like, listen, bro, the protein, all this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like, not that good. I in my head, I'm like, Casey would crush this dude.
Thank you.
Like,
Did you go on the read?
We actually, we saw each other at that read. Yeah,
I saw his name on the list and
And he-
texted him, and he was on the way. And
I was on my
like,
way, running late. Yeah, but yeah, you got it. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Denny's.com.
Yeah, apparently it's on. If you listen to regular radio, not podcast, not serious, regular radio, it's airing nationally. I guess.
So no one's going to hear it?
Well, Middle America here. Who eats Denny's? Middle America.
Or anyone off of 35 or 36, Route 35.
Oh, yes,
not the
yes,
age,
yeah.
not the age.
Yeah.
So your parents are essentially old school hipsters from, not hipsters because you're saying they're from the Bronx. That's not hipster.
Dad's in Bronx. Yeah, Mom was
That
from
back
Chelsea.
then, though, that was like
A long time ago. They're in their
that was
70s.
more rough, man.
Yeah,
That was more rough back then.
pre-Giuliani.
So what brought them to Little Silver, to Jersey?
I think it was a relationship my mom had with another man. No, it was a friend
Sorry I
of hers.
brought it up
Yeah,
too
no,
soon?
it's been about 30-something years. No, I think they had a friend that moved down here, and it was opportunity, and it wasn't very ritzy then. A lot of blue collar people moved from New York to this area generally, and as I understand it, and they commuted to the city via train. That's
Yeah,
what my
it's
dad
pretty
did
easy,
for
right?
30-something years.
Yeah,
What did he do?
And it's commutable.
Yeah, totally commutable. And you think about back then, it's probably 4 hours to get to work from. But he was luckily one of the guys that was able to work his way up in a business, which was a telephone company, from the ground up essentially. And it's kind of hard to do, not being a college educated guy. He always worked, and he worked his way up to management. And when it was about to flip, when Verizon took over, essentially when everything went to computers, I should say. He got basically bought out and retired young.
Sweet.
And, which was great for him, thankfully.
That's
you know?
awesome.
Yeah, we were, happy that he didn't have to commute to the city anymore. So.
What did your mom work, or was she a stay-at-home mom? You have brothers and sisters?
I have an older brother. Yeah, she was a stay-at-home mom. My brother and I feel really bad for both my parents. Because it's weird, there's two brutal dudes just beating each other up every day.
I bet. You guys are big. Is he like your size? I mean, you're a big dude.
He's taller and more, leaner.
It's a lot of furniture getting
Brett
broke.
Favre, that's exactly right.
You know,
we
like-
used to topple over couches and tables and stuff. And
Derek and I get in a fight right now. Nothing in this room breaks. Maybe it's like pillows hitting the wall. You and your brother get in a fight. I feel like the pool table's cracked in half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
we did break stuff for sure. Christmas trees, ornaments. We were pretty bad. We spend most of our time outside. Thank God, though. Kids don't do that these days. They don't.
Well, all our generations, we were all outside.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
100%.
younger, but not that much younger. But yeah, we were all outside.
Yeah, running wild out in the, we had a backyard, we had a brook, we had, pets and things.
And you probably had somebody, whether it was your parents or not, in the neighborhood that when they whistled or said something, every kid went home, right?
Yeah, there was one kid whose parents had a bell.
There it is, man.
It was like a big dinner bell. We made fun of him for it, but everyone went running because then
Doesn't exist anymore, man.
No.
My dad could do this and whistle, put his two pinkies in his mouth so loud.
Yeah.
And that was the cell phone from back in the day.
I guarantee your drive here, you didn't see one kid outside.
No,
It's amazing.
not
man.
a single kid.
There is not a fork
Kidless
being-
journey. I had a kidless journey.
Dude, that's a good book or
My
documentary.
nephew's 9 though. He plays outside all the time.
I don't
so that's
believe
good.
you. In his backyard, probably. Fenced in.
Well, no, in the front yard, but mainly backyard at our
Right.
house anyway. When he comes over.
So your older brother, he
Relax.
was like...
That's Charlie.
yeah, that's Charlie. Dennis, take the dog out.
There's Charlie all around here.
It's like Vietnam, this dog.
It's kind of like Vietnam in a basement. This
Would
is one of the tunnels we had to go through.
did your brother beat you up a lot?
Yeah, until I learned how to fight back. So,
How'd you defend it before you learned how to fight back?
with my hands over my face, crying.
The big hands. Let me guess. Knees on hands. You're on your back. The big spit, like sucking back
Knees
up.
on shoulders, and then spitting him in my face,
I lived it
almost
too,
to my
man.
mouth.
How
We're
many-
all younger brothers. You had that too.
Yeah.
Right?
How many
Yeah.
years apart are you and your
4
brother?
years apart.
Oh, me
and
and
all
my
I
brother.
wanted to do was hang out with my brother and wear Z Cavaricis that I couldn't fit into.
Isn't it? You're my age. Wasn't that terrible, dude?
Oh, the worst. I mean, he could fit into them. I couldn't,
Did you used to peg your jeans? Pegging?
Of course he did. He's a Saved by the Bell generation.
Gene Pegger, for sure.
French cuff, we used to call it.
Yeah, my brother. I didn't do that because I was younger, but my
I
brother.
tried, but I was the thing, guys. If you realize, I was a husky. I was always a husky kid. I was husky. So some things that worked for thinner kids didn't work for the fat kid. Or let's say I say husky. But there's a certain age you can't be husky more. Then you're big boned, and then you're just a big guy. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you're a bigger guy, but you carried very well.
Thank you. Yeah, I've
But-
learned to carry. I've been carrying for several years.
Strong legs.
big
strong
legs,
calves.
big strong calves.
I mean, you could see Casey. I mean, I don't know if you want to go into this right now, but you could see Casey practically nude
Yeah,
in the
naked.
latest show. He's a
the episode,
He's a
yeah.
starring cast member in.
Yeah,
He's wearing the shirt right
part-timers.
there.
Yeah, I'm wearing the part-timer shirt.
You're nude in it, really?
I'm a roof. Yeah, we'll have people go to the episode, but I do take some clothes off.
Is that episode 2 or 3?
And the first episode I do, and then in the 5th episode. So yeah, all first season of Part Timers, which is on YouTube, on the Smosh channel. There's a plug there. I take my clothes off a lot.
Wait, no, I think it's the second episode
Was it second? Yeah,
where
maybe.
in this.
It's not the pilot episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the second episode. You're right.
Yeah, this episode is where Casey, the porcupine character that's on his. If you're watching on YouTube, you could see it on his shirt.
Yeah.
he has to take the place of the guy who's normally in there, and he's getting trained. And you
Yeah, I have to go
be-
through a rigorous training, and then I have to get lubed up, and so I take my clothes off to get lubed up.
And that's on YouTube.com/Smosh.
Yeah, it's actually YouTube. It's Smosh channel on YouTube, and it's Part Timers is a show. It's doing really well. Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, how long's it been on?
So this is the 5th week. Monday they
cool.
go up Mondays. There's 2. We had a teaser trailer that went up a few weeks prior to that, and that had a lot of hits, a couple million. And then the actual trailer, the theatrical trailer went out. And so every week there's 2 episodes, which is pretty cool. So there's an episode and then there's a behind the scenes, which is really fun. So we got to do a lot of that while we were filming
Yeah.
too. So it's like double dose. We got 2 videos.
And you filmed that out in LA, right?
Yeah, we filmed that in
you do?
LA.
I was just going to ask you.
Yeah, I got cast.
Did you get cast here for that and go out?
I did. I got cast, but I submitted for it. A casting director I know in New York knew that they were looking for my type, and they couldn't find that out there, so they looked to New York, and then I wanted.
They don't have husky redheads in,
no.
in L.A.?
Oh, well, Casey's a
guess
talented
not.
dude too. I mean, it's full whole package, right?
Yeah.
I got a full package. Or whatever
that
Derek
lady.
says.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, another plug for you.
Casey website.
Plugging my
everybody.
package. Yeah, CaseyWebsite.com. Full package.
So you're. I want to guess that you got into comedy. I like to try to dig it out of comedians when we have it on.
Dig it out.
Yeah, I kind of want to guess that you got into it to kind of like offset the beatings.
The getting beat up.
Yeah, like try to make your brother laugh.
Yeah, being the younger, you always had to like fight for like, let's say airtime or like FaceTime with parents or family and friends or what have you. And like always trying to win one over and still be around without getting kicked out of the room, like to his friends,
Yeah.
Because if I didn't perform, then it's like, what are you doing here? You're too young. Get the fuck out of here. So
Yeah.
I think I was always jockeying for my brother's attention. And I still do. I think, throughout my entire life, I always had. And then you get older, then you like, and you actually have a relationship. As a kid, it's just like, it's not a relationship. It's just like, it's not even,
You think that's where yours comes from too, man? Because you're the younger brother.
Well, yeah. I mean, I my brother was never the type. Casey actually knows my brother. We never actually. I was always like the annoying one in front of the camcorder.
Right.
I didn't even realize I wanted to be a performer at that point. But my brother wasn't really like that. He would just like when we're playing sports and stuff. He would get on my. He would beat me up and stuff. Not like too bad, but throw me in the pine needles that are all that, or like throw me into the bush if I didn't catch the ball.
Bush throwing, yeah, a lot of that.
One time, but also as a little brother, you do that. You're like little brother. You do whatever your big brother says.
Everything.
So remember back in the day, like the Hawaiian punch cans, and you would the can opener. And you have
Yeah.
to go around the whole
Yeah.
thing, right? So if you go around the whole thing, you now have a Chinese star.
Yeah, you have a weapon.
Yeah. So like Jay goes, cool, we made a Chinese star. He's like, let's go in the garage and we'll throw it at each other. I'm like, sweet. He's like, all right, go stand over there. I'll throw it right under your legs. Boom, right in my calf. And I'm just
Stuck
like,
in?
oh, yeah, stuck in my
Nice.
calf. I still have a little scar on the meaty part of my calf.
Nice, yeah, aluminum. Who knew? Could puncture flesh.
But but like that's what you do. You're younger the brother. Your older brother is the coolest dude ever. She's like, oh yeah, I want to do what he does. But now I'm way cooler than him. So.
Yeah, you try to, you
Even though I'm wearing his hat.
oh, you got it.
Business, yeah.
Oh, nice.
All in
Represent.
fitness,
Did it
yeah.
get on camera?
I don't know.
Yeah, get that on camera,
that
man.
on
Because
camera.
let me tell you something. And do
You
you,
might need another
you happen to
sponsor.
know his Facebook by any chance off the top of your head? Because your brother, everybody out there, go and follow his brother right now. He's the angriest like promoter of exercise I've ever.
Really?
I follow him and I'm reading his stuff and he yells at people.
He doesn't really yell.
He
at
yells at people, but
Sometimes you need that tough love, though. I know I need a little direction when
you know what
working
I mean?
out.
Like it's great. No, I'm giving him
motivation.
props. Definitely giving him props.
Yeah, it's
Jason DeAngelis.
Yeah, it's allinfitnessnj.com, and that'll get you to Facebook and everything like that.
Nice.
You can also look up Jason DeAngelis on Facebook if you want. Blasting him out.
So I'm going to take.
Lots of
So your
plugs.
brother's a big dude. He probably has big friends. He probably played sports. So you're in a room as a little kid, amongst all these big dudes, athletes, big brother friends, and you got to make them laugh.
Total, yeah. He's a natural athlete. Like, as the story goes, he didn't play any organized sports in high school, and he wound up skating, building half pipe in the backyard. We had mini bikes
nice.
and all that kind of stuff, and he was just a pro, breakdancing. He was
for
he was
real?
just good at everything that he did, and it wasn't like. He wasn't really allowed to play sports in high school, whereas 4 years later I was. So like him being a natural athlete, it was something that like it was kind of a emotional thing for me because that's what I did first. I played sports before I started realizing that I like yourself before I was entertaining or thought of the business at all. So it was like really sports and like that drive to like prove something to my brother because he couldn't do it. I was able to. That kind of defined a relationship that way because it was always does that make sense?
Yeah. Why wasn't he? Why did they not let him play?
So Dad worked. Mom was a stay-at-home mom, and Mom didn't let him play. She was afraid he'd get hurt.
Oh,
kind
man.
of thing. Which
That's
is
that sucks.
that's a real honest answer right there, and that's the truth of it is it was devastating. I think for all of us, but then that's as the story goes. I was able to play, and I was able to prove myself to him, and like that's why it was really important to. And like, it's funny, even when I got involved in theater, like I was in a play, and And it was like the first play I was in, and it was Jeffrey, which is it's a gay play. And there's like an ensemble cast, and it was the first thing I did, and I would play like 8-9 characters in the play, and it was in Red Bank, and he's like, yeah, Brad Pitt's an actor. You're not an actor, you know. So I was like, you motherfucker. Yeah. So it's like, again, you know, like I try, you know, you trying to do the right thing and follow. But you know what? That's the nature of my relationship with him. Is like I was always trying to prove myself.
Yeah.
And, but you know, it's a natural thing. It's a natural, like I wanted his approval for things. You know, my dad showed up. I think he might have been drunk, and my mom saw it. She loved it. You know. So yeah, we're getting real personal, guys.
Yeah,
Getting real
Well, I
personal.
mean, we
True
always
story.
like my brother was allowed to play sports, and and I was too, obviously. But it was the cool thing was I remember when I was little, like my brother went to RBC,
Yeah.
and he played football, and like going to his games and watching him play, like I thought it was so cool. I'm like, yo, that's my brother playing,
Yeah.
and he's killing it, you know. And I remember like that. It was like, and that's also into like, you know, the approval, like, yeah, I'm with you, man. I think
Totally.
and you know, he came even like mixed results, like when he came to some of those, and he probably was like, what the hell is my brother doing?
He's got to support you though, right?
but yeah, and everything. And then once I started getting into the industry, and you keep going, and then even your whole family and everyone is like, oh, I guess he's pretty serious.
Right.
He's
He's
not
re-
stopping.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the thing, momentum, you know, what keeps
Yeah.
you driving. I mean, I played sports in high school, and then I played right out of high school. I played in college for a short time. I played football, and that's when I realized I didn't want to do it anymore. And then that's when I started doing theater.
It becomes work, right? It's no longer fun.
Yeah. I had a girlfend at home. I was in Middle Pennsylvania playing football.
Where's your
which is Wilkes-Barre, near
Oh.
King's College, near, yeah.
Wow, you probably know some dudes
It's a lot of blurry blackout memories, but
is it Wilkes-Barre?
yeah, Wilkes-Barre. It's now a university. It was a college then, but they were like heavily recruited from that area. Small D3 school, but
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Shore football's huge.
yeah. Shore football is definitely huge. Yeah, made all shore myself.
Nice.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, a little plug there.
Derek D
from
didn't-
many years ago.
Derek,
I went-
you know he played for Neptune, which is comical.
You played Neptune?
Yeah. Comical. I got 2 state championship rings.
Yeah,
Two
well,
Boom.
Are you kidding me?
special.
That's huge. Neptune did well.
But dude, come on. It was me and
Scott Harley,
It was me.
right?
Well,
Yeah.
that was well before my time.
That's
but-
Yeah. That's actually our time.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was like my brother's time. But
You and I actually probably played against each other.
Yeah.
I
You
played,
went to
I played
Ocean.
at Ocean.
You were at Ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
what position you play?
nose guard.
Nice.
Nose guard. Yeah.
My it's funny you said Wilkes-Barre though, because I was just at an event this weekend. I hosted a Carve for Cancer event.
Yeah.
Carve number 4 Cancer. It's a great event. But all the guys that run it are from that area, Wilkes-Barre, and they're like a little older than me. So.
Some of the best times ever, and that was like, you know,
It's a big boulder.
right. I got to play, you know, in college. I could say I did that, but it just wasn't something that stuck. You know, I was like, you know what? These guys really love this. I don't really love it anymore.
Yeah,
and it
you
wasn't
gotta.
like I wasn't good. I had a great time, and
You
I
have to
did
love
well.
it.
You have to love it, and I just wasn't in love with it. I remember we were playing Susquehanna Junior College, which is basically reject college for D1 guys that couldn't make the
Right.
grade, and like they were fucking huge, and and like physically running through people's legs. That's how big they were, and it was on turf at their stadium, and it was like, this is ridiculous, you know. And yeah, that's when I think I realized I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna.
That's what they do, man. Those junior colleges, exactly what you said. They just, they have to go a year to make
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
degree.
And
I
got-
forget the
you know.
name of it. There's like a test now that they have to take.
It's not an aptitude test.
It's not. I forget what it's called. It doesn't
I just
matter,
love
but
watching football now and playing flag football. I'm good.
Yeah,
That's all
for
I'm-
sure. I walked away with no injuries, and my knees and my knuckles were all in the right place.
nice.
So yeah, I didn't have to worry about it.
So your first acting experience, you're saying, wasn't until way after college, right? Or during, was that when you were gay in the play? Was it at college or was it after college?
When I was,
So you went from playing center with a man's hands under your butt,
Definitely not
snapping
center.
in your
Nose
balls.
guard.
I know.
Nose
I'm just
guard,
trying to. I'm trying to. Spin
I was I crushed the center, the center of his universe. I right out of I left college and I wound up coming back to Jersey, and I had 2 friends that were away at school. One of them was at a conservatory in New York City, American Academy of Dramatic Arts, and the other one was studying in Vermont, getting his he's minoring in theater. And then my another closest friend was going to Brookdale. and I wound up doing a cold read for some play at Brookdale, and I failed miserably. It was the worst experience of my life, the scariest moment, stepping on stage and not knowing how to cold read, like, this year. And that's, so I was like, this is a challenge that I want to take on. So yeah, I just immersed myself at Brookdale for a bit, and then I started studying privately, and then I started commuting to the city for classes, and then I moved to New York, at 20.
And there it began.
Yeah.
And it hasn't stopped since.
I walked away from it, to be honest with you, a few times. I was in New York my early 20s and left after 9/11. And then did a bunch of theater, auditioned a ton, but just was a total knucklehead working in restaurants. And
were you into the city for 9/11?
Yeah, I was. I was actually physically down here watching it on the TV, and my roommates were sleeping through it. At least one of them was. And actually, one of my roommates was upstate in a play. He was doing a Laramie project in Hudson, and the other roommate that was sleeping, we went up, eventually driving up there, and spent like 6 days while everything was kind of settling. The dust was settling, literally, in New York City. And that's when I realized, I was like, I'm done. I left the city for a few years.
What'd you do during that span?
I had, I worked in New York City. I worked in restaurants for 3 years or so, and I came back, and a friend owned a restaurant, and I wound up just running the front of the house of an Italian restaurant. So I was like,
What restaurant?
Pickle Italia is right in Cobblestone Village, right close to you guys. My buddy Brian Galtieri, who I played football in high school, he's chef and owner, just amazing. So I took like New York City experience and brought it down here. We made it a mom and pop restaurant. We turned it into a finer dining place, and I was like, I was like the consigliere of the front of the house, because I was like the redheaded fucking guy, in an Italian restaurant. They're like, who is this guy? I was wearing a suit, nice ties, and I was, basically maitre d' front of the house guy. So, I did that restaurant stuff for a few years.
Haven't we all?
Yeah, I mean that's part of it.
You're not an actor if you've never been a waiter.
Yeah, I think like the Israeli army, everyone should wait tables for at least 2 years.
9/11 really did have a crazy effect, right, man? It almost sidetracked your entire career.
Yeah, I don't know if I was going in the right direction. I mean, I definitely was living in New York. I was spending all my money and having a great time. I had a great experience, but like, it derailed a lot of people, and I needed to leave for my own to get some perspective. And it's funny because I left the business. I thought that was something I wanted to do, and then I had to walk away from it. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting phone calls to audition for plays, and then I wound up going back in. Yeah, so.
Every time we bring it up,
I know.
you
Yeah,
gotta, dig into it, right?
Everyone's kind of got like their own insight to that
Right.
day.
This is the theme music to that play you were in, right?
Yeah. Yes.
You recall that?
Soft Focus. Yeah, that's good.
It was called Soft Focus?
Speaking of
the movie version of it was called.
Speaking of plays, I don't think we said in this episode. We said in Patreon, but Casey and I, how I met Casey was.
All right, that music that music indicates again. Sorry, DerekD.com. You get all that info. Go ahead, I'm kidding.
No, we were in a Christmas Carol in Asbury Park at House of Independence, and Casey and I were in that. Casey was the starring Ghost of Christmas Present.
Good times.
And if you want to ask Mike if he went, you could ask him, but you could ask Frankie. Frankie was definitely there, and she loved it.
I went. I sat in the back.
Oh, okay.
You did go.
Yeah, you were great.
Thanks, man.
So
Frankie.
Frankie went.
I was there. I was
Yeah.
there. You were
Frankie. Mike wasn't there.
I was there.
Oh, Mike was there.
Yeah.
In the back.
Yeah, in the back.
My one buddy Jay, who owns Mogo in Asbury, he was like,
Sold out.
There was two standouts. It was you. I'm like, you're just saying that because you know me. And
Thank you.
Ghost Christmas Present.
Yeah, I mean, ensemble play, but thank you. It was a good time. We've done that for a few years, that play, and it's always something I feel like I want to do in once a year.
And so it's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of it's like you know, there's not another take. You know what I mean? It's like you're up
Right.
there, and if you just gotta
edit.
roll with the punches.
Yeah, you got to go with it, and that's the beauty about live performance is, you got to be present. If not, you're falling off the stage.
I'm glad you brought up the play. This music you're hearing, this music bed, is a game we like to play. It's called Top or Bottom.
Yeah.
I'm going to read you two terms, this or that, The top, peanut butter or jelly. I haven't said it in a while. I don't know.
So top being the preferred and the bottom being,
it's
I
up
mean,
to
it
you.
depends on what you like, I guess,
It's totally
right?
up to you. This game changes with every guest. We tailor
Yeah.
it towards you. We're going to round table it.
Okay.
And we're going to start with you.
Right.
So top or bottom number one, Derek D or Tiny Tim?
Jeez.
Wow.
Dick.
I got to go with the kid on that, Tiny Tim. I got to go with Tiny Tim on top. Only because the actual kid who played it was the first time he actually really sung in front of a live
How'd he do?
audience.
How'd he do?
He did well.
He did good. He did great, and he was coached to get there, and he played the part well. And I give it to the kid because I think Derek did an outstanding job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course, great singer. And
Better than Mike.
yeah,
70% of the people say
I might have to vote for that now, actually.
But I'd go Sailor as well. The kid,
Yeah.
really nice kid. I kind of had like a little bond with him, and it was cool. Like, I loved working with kids when I was a camp counselor and stuff, and I kind of had that feeling again with like the
Yeah.
younger kids in the play.
Totally.
Except for that one annoying one. But Sailor was great. Sailor was great.
Sailor Nelson and his
was
father, who's in the play as well, who played his
Bob Cratchit.
Bob Cratchit.
Yes.
I thought Tiny Tim was much better than Derek, and we'll just leave it at that. Top
Mike
and bottom, number
didn't see
2.
the play.
I was there in the back.
Nice.
Blarney or Pilgrim Pete?
God, Pilgrim Pete hasn't lived that long.
Maybe for the listeners that don't know, we should give him a quick description.
So Blarney is a giant leprechaun played by myself, and Pilgrim Pete is a giant pilgrim who just happened to surface during the holidays for Thanksgiving. I don't think Blarney's had his day yet. I think he's done a lot of work, but he's still yet to shine. So I'm going to go with Blarney on top and Pilgrim Pete on the bottom. Sounds like a party.
You also play Pilgrim Pete?
Pilgrim Pete. Yeah, Pilgrim Pete.
Why don't I know what's...
He didn't get the info on this.
I didn't get the info on that.
He did some homework. Mike did some homework.
Don't give it to Mike. I did more. I've been watching Part Timers.
You have not logged on to a shared script since I've known you.
No.
True or false?
No, I have like once or twice. Kelly, not
Pilgrim Pete is a sleeper character, so he's not very surfaced. You did some digging for that. Thanks, Mike. No, it's good. It's a funny little guy, Pilgrim Pete.
My cousin Kelly, she was at my house one time, and I had an email from you guys, and that's why it was funny because that's how I kind of like remember. That's when I logged in. So
I like how you picked that up.
Yeah,
That's
I
good
didn't-
how you picked it up.
Saves the edit.
But normally I usually just get it sent to me on my phone and look at the PDF.
Okay.
Yeah, Pilgrim Pete is he's just like this. Yeah, we'll have to watch it. Do we cut to that video? Do we ever
There'll be a link to it on your blog page.
So
Amazing.
whatever
We'll put a-
Casey said, I'm with him. Blarney,
Yeah, Blarney on top,
Blarney
giant
on top.
leprechaun, Pilgrim Pete, giant pilgrim on the bottom.
Frankie, note that blog page, Blarney episode.
Blarney, yeah.
Top or bottom, number 3, stage or screen?
Wow. Stage on top.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing like live performance.
That's what everybody says, man.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to go with what everybody, but it's,
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying people love that energy.
Yeah, it's nice to have a cut, and to be. I mean, film lasts forever, which I love working in film because you always have a representation of your work, even if it's nonsense like Pilgrim Pete. But the stage, man, it's live. It's like it's emotional, it's physical, it's raw, it's real. It's like playing that first down of football I ever played in my life. It's like you don't forget it.
You get the butterflies as well? Like when you go to play football, you always have butterflies before that first hit, right?
Because we were taking a lot of speed back then, a lot of ephedrine.
You never got the butterflies?
Of course, you
Did you get them on stage too?
It's an exciting one.
It's just it's energy. It's like you're almost like waiting to be shot out of a cannon. You're just like you're about to explode. That's how porn stars feel. They're ready to go. They want to get to work. I always want to work. So
Eating all that celery.
yeah, all that celery. What does celery
true.
do? Celery and pineapples?
Pineapple.
Yeah, pineapple too. It
Yeah.
makes your stuff taste different.
I didn't know that.
All right.
Apparently,
What stuff are we talking about? Pilgrim Pete?
Derek T.
Pilgrim Pete's corn? Yeah.
Yeah, I Casey's done more theater than I have. I've done a lot of on-screen stuff, but like I could relate it to stand-up, and that's still a stage. So
Yeah, for sure.
And don't get me wrong, I love theater is amazing too because you have to roll with the punches in theater. Things happen. People say the wrong lines. You go with it. So
and even with stand-up, of course. I mean, like
Yeah.
it's you. It's your script. It's the audience is live. I mean, you could fumble, you could play, you could fall. It's like
build yourself.
there's
back
nothing
up.
more exciting than crowd work. I think when doing stand-up. I think,
that's
because
very
it opens it up to a whole other thing. It's more organic than, let's say, a scripted play. Because you're feeding off the audience there.
You ever you've done stand-up?
Yeah, I do stand-up.
Same
stand-up
feeling?
now.
Same feeling?
It's different. I don't know. It's one thing to be a part of an ensemble of a play with people you've been working with and rehearsing, and then you just forget it and you walk on stage and then it's live. Whereas, stand-up is like that wall is broken and you're talking to an audience. So it's like...
And it's just you.
It's just you. You're all by yourself. But, there's everyone in the audience... Again, crowd work, which allows you to play a little bit more than you would be able to if you were on a stage doing theater.
Yeah, and the best is it's great when you're doing your material and then you do crowd work and then you just think of something that ropes right into your material and
and bring it back again.
Oh, that's great! Like you obviously
circle.
didn't have that plan because how could he?
Right.
So yeah,
organic.
Stage on top.
It's organic. Stage on top.
Number 4.
What would you think?
Well, I've been in a play, and I've been I recorded because I need to be edited. I just need that blanket.
But you know what I like most of all is professionally is voiceover work. It's the best job on the planet
ever.
So fun.
Yeah, it's the best job. I mean, like you can be exciting in a moment, and you could wear your underwear. It doesn't matter. Like you could be half naked doing it, which.
And any face and movement you need to do to get the sound out.
Yeah, you
do.
can.
No one's not going to be like,
Totally
what are
ridiculous,
you doing with your body?
Right. And they always have great snacks.
It's good snacks.
Great snacks in the studio.
So screen definitely. I say screen.
You say screen.
I say screen.
It's a close second.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Derek is not allowed to answer.
Okay.
In respect to the 2016 presidential election, we're going to have Donald Trump sit in for Derek.
Oh, great.
Top or bottom, number 4, mixed results or Menergize.
Wow. Mixed results or Menergize.
Yeah.
Is it Menergize?
Menergize also with a Z.
Okay. I like Menergize on top because then, mixed results. You'll get mixed results if Menergize is on top, I think.
Donald,
what do you have to say about that?
Let me tell you something. Mixed results are exactly what it's going to be when I'm in the office. It's going to be mixed races and results all over. Wait a second. What did I say? No, it's going to be Menergize. We're gonna
can't flip-flop?
I'm a flip-flopper.
He's a flip-flopper.
You can't flip-flop.
Let me tell you something. I'm wearing flip-flops right now. Also, who's this guy? Casey Webb. Fuck a wall. We're going to build a web of Casey's walls.
It's going to be huge.
Wow, he's as
gonna
genuine
be
as his
huge.
hair is. Well, look at that.
Oh, Donald, thank you so much.
Thanks, Donald.
Let me tell you something, Mike. You're an idiot.
Well, he's right. You got my vote.
Well, he's agreeing that he's an idiot.
Yeah, 100%.
Well done, Mike.
How do you not go for this man and his hair?
I'm going to go for Sanders, I think.
Are you really?
Yeah, Colonel Sanders.
You're better off, man.
Yeah, fucking fried
better
chicken.
Go for Clinton. George.
Yeah, George Clinton. Let's go some P-Funk in this piece. Thank God.
Oh, that's
I'm going for Bush.
There's a skit
80s.
there. There's
Yeah.
a skit there, man. That's good stuff, man.
Gross.
Dirty Bush.
I gotta go with Menergize.
Menergize,
on
yeah.
top. Menergize is on top.
The reason we picked, I've said that, but Casey, the reason we picked mixed results at the time was because we're all from different areas. You put them together, you get mixed results.
How long did this band, you call it a boy band? How long
It
does
was,
boy band
it was
last?
like a year, and we just did like talent shows all over Jersey, and we won a lot of them.
Cool.
But then 2 of the dudes didn't really want to sing because we were actually starting to get approached by some people, and they were like, "Let's get it too serious."
Yeah.
And so they were all like,
So
only 3 of us.
Mike
we were on
make-
Say What Karaoke, won a bunch of.
It's awesome. I mean, I
Things
think,
back
you're performing, and, Mike was
Sure.
loves to make fun of you about that.
Love it.
And he
Love
also,
it.
I know you're probably very sensitive to it. Very much like my first play, just happened to have gay themes. Mike couldn't help but just, try to
100%.
bully that into a corner.
into you being into you being center on the football field.
Right. Yeah. And I never played the center.
If I don't-
center role.
If I don't bully, it's a much different podcast.
Totally, yeah.
You know what I
the
mean?
Bullyless podcast. No, I appreciate.
Top or bottom, number 5, and you're winning, by the way.
Top or bottom?
Top or bottom, number 5.
I'm more of a top. But
Super Bowl commercial or hit YouTube series.
wow. Well, both don't pay anything. Let's see. I'd say I enjoyed them both, but hit YouTube series probably because it was more work, so I had more time to perform, more scenarios. The bottom would be the commercial, the Ritz cracker, the Ritz Easy Cheese commercial would be bottom because it was one day of work, even though I got to work with a really cool director that I worked with before.
You stole the shit. You stole the
Krobin.
shot.
Thank you.
The opening shot with the explosion.
The stuff, yeah.
And then I had no idea like you were gonna lip sync like when the cabinet opens.
I actually did that live. That was my voice. Sung that.
We're gonna have to do another poll.
But we might have to do another sing along. But yeah, let's say hit YouTube series on top, and then Ritz Easy Cheese Cracker commercial on the bottom. Yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a YouTube series that's multiple episodes. Every week
Correct.
you get to plug it. You're behind the scenes. A lot of FaceTime. And also, there could be a second season. Did you say there's going to be a second season?
Yeah, we shot a second season, so we shot 20 total episodes. Potentially doing 2 more seasons. We're not sure. To talk about the Ritz Cracker thing, that was shot not too long ago, and that wasn't intended on being anything other than new media on the internet, and it happened to win this ad race of having the most organic and ad hits, meaning like when you open up any video, the ad comes up kind of thing, and it got 29 million views.
Yeah, what site did it get 29 million views on?
So I think because organically on YouTube it says 844,000, and then
Which is no slouch.
Yeah, no slouch. Yeah, no, not at all. And I think across the board, other websites, there's some sort of ad algorithm that collects that information.
On Facebook, it's 8-point-something mil.
Is it? Yeah. See, again,
Pretty
it's
sure.
another, I guess, what other platform it's streaming on. It has that. And the cool thing about that is last year I did a spec commercial with the same director. His name's Krobin. He's been at MTV for a while. And that was for the Super Bowl. Didn't get it. It was a Doritos commercial. We didn't win it. But this year we do another commercial together. And it wasn't for the Super Bowl, but it wound up being, recognized as like the biggest non-specific Super Bowl commercial but it's like football related. So it was we got a little retribution. We didn't win last year, but we won kind of this year. Underdog. We underdogged it. So
No, this is awesome.
Bigger set, the commercial or the YouTube show when you go to work. Who's got the better crafty? Crew?
Yeah. I mean, one day commercial is really good, but I work. Total work time for the YouTube thing was. We had a set. They built a set for us, essentially. They took an existing, it was a catering facility, and before that it was a movie theater, and they built out the stage for Porcupines. It's basically an arcade that's like mimics.
Yeah, tell people what like the premise is of the show.
So Part-Timers is a TV show on the Smosh channel, and Ian and Anthony have a very successful following on YouTube, and they're, I guess, one of the longest running YouTube programs. And they have multiple channels on the Smosh channel. And so Part-Timers is the first scripted YouTube show, including those guys. So they have a huge following. So the show is Part-Timers, and for the show itself, it basically, Ian worked at Chuck E. Cheese at one point of his life, and it's basically from that experience they created the show. So it's a bunch of knuckleheads working at a Chuck E. Cheese kind of place, but it's called Porcupines. And so we're a bunch of misfits working with kids in this shitty pizza place.
Nice.
We were fed and we were taken care of, and we had our own studio essentially.
Its character's name is Dinger.
Yeah,
Dinger
von Ripworth. Yeah.
But I would go with the
Dinger.
Yeah, that on top.
Yeah, right. The YouTube.
That definitely on top. But
that was a long, drawn out.
No, it's great. That's how it works.
Just
draw it out.
Quick side note: in the Ritz commercial, that he's in. If you want to go see it, it's if you want to. I know it's at Ritz Crackers. That their YouTube channel is Ritz Crackers. And
we'll have it all up on his blog page.
Yeah.
Frank, remind me to do that.
But the dude that's next to Casey in one of the scenes is my buddy Justin. Which is
Justin.
Funny.
We both know Justin. Yeah.
I'm Key of Awesome.
DerekD.com, everybody.
Derek
You'll get all those connections.
I'm just saying. It's like, hey, it's fun. Hey, it's connections.
I know, dude. Hey,
relax.
I'm bullying, man.
We all have hats on.
Yeah, we do.
We're all wearing hats. We're all wearing different hats.
Kind of.
Yeah, yours is the hug in the head.
Yeah.
His is the sticking off the head, and I got the backwards hat.
Got a big potato head.
He has hair. I do not. I have
Can't see Frankie, but she's wearing a sombrero. I don't know why it's weird.
Well, she's Mexican.
Yeah.
So YouTube, like the YouTube shows, we had Milana Weintraub from, she's the AT&T girl.
Yes.
We had her on the show, and she did for Yahoo. and they'll make fun of me now because of my
Yahoo?
Is it Yahoo?
Yeah,
it's Yahoo. So she did Other Space. Have you seen Other Space? You're looking at me like I said it wrong.
You did.
I'm looking at both of you, and you did say it wrong. Nah, you know.
That's how I say it.
Where you from originally?
Here, same place you're from, man. You know,
Welcome to Jersey.
we're all from like a mile apart.
Dialects.
We probably touched each other playing football.
Yeah. That's weird.
I was the center.
Yeah.
Call back. All right.
Center of attention.
Zing. Put him on a stage.
So she was Yahoo. Better.
Yeah.
All right. So
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Other Space was a pretty successful show that they did for that search engine, essentially, right? That's what they started out as.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like that's the wave of in your show on YouTube and Derek's show on YouTube. This show. Like I feel like it's the wave. Like almost like it's. How do you feel about television versus the web? And how people are watching.
It seems like, content is king, and if you can deliver as much content as quickly as possible, like Netflix, like Amazon, like Hulu, like YouTube, you're going to win. Kids aren't buying cable out of college. They're not going to go pay for a cable subscription, unfortunately. But that's the direction it's going. Everyone's streaming. Little kids are streaming. That's why YouTube channels get so many hits, because kids are home or they're on their iPad or on their phone just streaming content. Mm-hmm. And it's great for us, as performers, that we have other outlets to perform. The only personally, and I've talked to other actors about this, is that like we're not compensated for it.
Is there going to be a point though where they're going to be forced to
unionize?
It's going to happen, right?
They want to.
They want to, but
SAG
like
wants to.
for instance, not to name any names, there's a couple guys that are part of the show that I'm in that don't have to be unionized. They're doing fine without it. And that's the thing. There's such an imbalance, but it doesn't stop me from performing or pursuing any job or auditioning. It's just that it's a little offset, because if you want to live in New York and be a performer, you have to have 4 or 5 jobs and like be willing to do that until you start actually making money as a performer, and that's not always easy.
Is there a fight with SAG?
I remember hearing that they want jurisdiction over the screen of the computer and the screen of your phone and the screen of your iPad.
So how would that work?
And
Everybody on a
like when
YouTube show, they would want you to be paying to the union?
At some point, probably, yeah. Especially because like my FLD is a daily show, and I remember a few years ago they were talking about this, and they were saying, you have to be careful if you're in SAG and then this and that, all this stuff. But I think at some point it might, but it would have to. A lot of people would have to sign off on that and to be like, okay, this sounds like good. This is good to unionize.
I feel like
this.
it's so far in the other direction that how can you reel it in? They're trying to figure out how to monetize content that's on YouTube. Even now, even our show, because we have sponsors for our show, and our show originally was supposed to be behind the paywall. YouTube Red, and it's not. And so that might affect the future of the show, even if it does well. We don't know. So
it could benefit you too, though, right?
That's
because
kind of a good
sponsorship,
thing.
Not only sponsorship as far as ads are concerned,
Sure,
but like this show, we were talking about sponsored by GoPro, sponsored by the pizza place,
Gianni's,
right?
You should probably say it out loud.
Shure microphones, Skull Candy headphones. Like you can make. Good point. You can make a lot of the boxes hanging behind.
GiannisPizzeria.com.
Yeah,
You
slice
can
your
make a
mouth.
lot of money from those sponsorships, and it almost goes backwards as far as television and money advertising is concerned. Back in the early days of the boob tube, right? They would do product placement, like,
Sure.
holding up this Poland Spring bottle of water and taking a sip out of it.
They still do.
You
Movies
can
and
now,
TV shows.
but now you can really go back to that and make a ton of money doing an internet show.
Well, now you can. I mean, if you're a huge Instagram person,
Right.
Like you could pay me $5,000 to post this on my to post your product on my Instagram.
But yeah, if you're
In
a
it.
celebrity,
If you're like
of
a hot
sorts,
chick, or at least a
right.
hot chick who shows like pretty much your tits and ass all the time.
TNA.
Well, I'm not going to say any names, but I do have a friend who was offered. He's a dog advocate, and he was offered by BarkBox, which is a company that sends out a monthly subscription, and it'll send your dog a gift every month to take over his Twitter for a number of tweets.
Oh, wow.
And it was a very substantial amount of money.
He said no.
No, I think he did it.
Oh, good.
Why would you not do it? But it's your social media followers definitely become monetarily.
Yeah, Casey's show, Part Timers, though, like he said, it was YouTube Red. Is like the Hulu or a Netflix or something.
It's a paid.
But it's paid, and then this you just have to watch an ad, and their sponsor is Schick Hydro, which Casey's like in that commercial too. So that's
Oh, nice.
It's like double the.
The cool part about we were able to do 6 promos which air before every episode, and there's a new one being released with every new episode, which is great. And it's even on the behind the scenes footage, which is like a video that comes out along with the new episode every week. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. They might need other sponsors, and you would you think that they could get it, and I imagine that they could. It's just that's for the executives to decide.
I mean, the episodes are. I know, like they play catch up. So like the first episode is probably the $3 million or something, probably around there. Second is probably around $2 million. I know there's a few million.
Yeah, the episodes are getting many hits. Like the teaser trailer had like 2 million before the first episode aired. So and that was like a 30-second spot. So I mean, it's been successful. Some are doing better than others. We're at 5 now. I mean, it's just we have another the rest of the season up to 11 episodes, and then we have 9 more for season 2.
And it's on a network, right? It's not on its. It's kind of encompassed with other shows, or like you said, the 2 guys.
Yeah, so the platform is Smosh, is a channel on YouTube.
So it immediately has a following. Mm-hmm. It's not like you're putting it up to a blank
like
audience.
21 million subscribers.
Yeah, they have 21 million subscribers plus, and I think on other channels they might have others. I think I heard a total like 30 plus million, and then they just celebrated 5 billion views in 10 years in the business, like recently, in November. So it was like 5 billion views in November, and then their 10-year.
It's so valuable to have that. It's almost like throwing something on NBC. It has a built-in following. People are going to go to NBC, so they're going to go to this channel, which is great.
And people were really receptive to it. And the demographic, they're younger kids. And I think with Ian and Anthony getting a little bit older, they want to maybe change their demographic or who their audience is.
Well, their audience is going to get older with them.
True. And, and they also get a little more sophisticated. But if they're creating the same content as they have been for the last 10 years, how are they able to grow? And I think that's important to them too, because they want to grow with their audience, and, I think it's working for them. I mean, they're obviously successful at it, and the models worked for them because, to go backwards a little bit, when those guys started, they were 16 years old, living in Sacramento, making videos when like the platform of YouTube was available to everyone to do that. And I have friends of mine that started a production company called Manic Attack. My friend Chris and Tommy, the 2 acting friends that were,
Tom Walsh.
Tom Walsh and Christopher Burke started this production company, and they raised some money, and we shot 100 videos in 18 months, and along the same time as YouTube, like Ian and Anthony were doing, College Humor, Funny or Die were developing. And those guys stuck around for 10 years, Ian and Anthony, with Smosh, and they're the success story, whereas we didn't. Money, went away, and then we didn't have the luxury of filming in our parents' homes, and, we were older guys creating content. So, it's funny because like they stuck with it and it worked, and they were the example, which is like to anyone that's in this business, it's like stick with it, and like that's I think why I got drawn back to it more than one time when I left it, because I did leave it more than one time. Post 9/11, I left it again, and so it's just, I think, stay the course, focus on the work, and everything will be there for you.
It's a tough gig to really make that jump in, like you're talking about, and go full time. Even on the other end, because I work a lot in production behind the camera. I'm a camera operator, directed some stuff, produced some stuff, but it's like...
And you were in a play once, you said.
Yeah, that was high school. It doesn't matter. I was Pepe in West Side Story with Sheba Russell, the news anchor for Channel 4 News, not to say,
Amazing.
There, I just pulled a Derek D. I name dropped. But
what's your...
Well, I'll name drop it for him. He works with, all the Impractical Jokers. He knows them well.
But yeah, so I do like camera on that, but and other stuff, but it's always that shows are great, but they're going to end, and then you got to go to that next job.
Sure,
and it's stressful, man.
Yeah, for sure, it's fine. What's your next job? I mean, I'm personally, I'm like in this show, I'm like the oldest guy, and I live in New York. I don't even live in California, but I still do it. It's like I don't know. It's nice to have the work, and sometimes it takes longer than.
I mean, I've always, and you know what, you're the oldest guy, but you're not old.
No, by no means. I'm the most childlike in the whole show, so just that, which is fun for me, because, you wouldn't know how old I was if I told you,
And I always live by the saying that just like, the people that don't make it are the people that quit, That's the way I look, because people are like, oh, so many people try to make it in that business. I'm like, yeah, well, the people that don't make it are the ones that quit.
It's a good mantra to have, and to remind yourself. And it's like, I say it to myself a lot, and I say it to other people. It's like, again, focus on the work, and everything will be there. And if you just focus on that, I think you have your gut and your heart, and if you follow that, I think it's the doors start opening up. I think, and maybe I'm just numb from playing too much football, and when I was a kid, or have a TBI of some sort. But I kind of believe it, and it's led me here to your studio, and. I really like how this got really personal and sincere because they.
Well, I mean, pizza and beers would get you in the room, but the show's all about the revolution of our guest, which is you.
I just revolutionized myself. Right now.
You did, man.
The Rook coffee's going right to my core.
Love her too. We had her on the show. You ready for this? This is something we have not done in a while, and I kind of miss it. Are you ready?
I think I know. Yes,
drop it.
Do it. Nice.
Wow, what do we got going on?
We're gonna play a little game, man. You want to play a little game?
Yeah.
All right. This one again is tailored to you.
Saw
Like
Frankie
this
cutting these up
She
earlier.
was cutting them up. This is a game we called Ask the. I haven't done this in a really long time, so bear with me. But how this game works is we are all going to write down a politically or socially charged commentary on a card. You don't have to write it down. You just have to come up with it. We are then going to pass around a cup that have male comedians on the card. So I go first. I'm going to ask my politically charged commentary, and then you're going to have to answer my question as the male comedian which you pick.
Okay.
And we will round table it. We're going to keep score. Dennis! Get a pen.
I don't know where he is. I haven't seen him.
He's going to keep score, and somebody's going to win.
So what am I writing?
Just
You might not even have to write it. You might just
a socially or politically charged comment or whatever
Hold on,
you
get
want
high
to
real
do.
quick. Hold on.
Wait, are you sniffing that Sharpie, bro?
Smells so good.
All right. Can I have I need a card.
You need a card?
Frank, you going to play?
No.
What, you took a card? Okay, you're going to keep score because we don't know where Dennis is.
Yeah.
All right, so Derek, you want to go first or what?
What am I picking first?
No, we're all going to pick, but why don't you start? We'll start with your commentary. We'll pick. You're going to write down your commentary. So Derek's gonna read his question first. You and I are going to answer as this person you're picking. So don't show anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. I love how you gently caressed my hand.
Yeah, that's all right. Just touch your wrist.
You got one?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. All right, Derek D, everybody.
What is your stance on immigration? And we got to guess who.
You're going to guess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
that's
got to
right.
guess.
Mine's difficult, man.
Yeah, this is.
You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'm trying to embody this. What's our
Immigration?
Yeah.
You know what I think about? Immigration? A goody goo goo. That's what I think. A goody goo goo.
I know it.
You could have went louder with it. There's a lot of ways to go with that, but
God, what's his little trigger words this guy's got? He's all right. Being really small and kind of, on a TV show, and I know I do stand up a lot, but being brown also, we don't always have an opportunity to speak our mind, but I think white people just have too many TV shows, and it's time for the brown folk from a different part of the world to maybe have some say in the matter. That's what I'm saying.
wow.
Am I saying anything?
Yeah.
You got it?
I got it. We got a all-time favorite, great African-American black comedian Eddie Murphy right here.
Correct.
Nice.
And then we got a new time, shorter than me, Kevin Hart over there.
That's what I thought at
No?
first too, but it's
Damn it.
not.
No?
Yeah, because he's not like you were going towards I hate white people, and
Yeah.
Kevin Hart's not about that.
Yeah.
I immediately got Kevin Hart.
Frankie, Derek got one wrong. Let's just write that down.
Do we say what it is?
Do we say what
Yeah,
it is?
you could say. Can I take a shot at who you were?
Yeah.
Wait, don't say it yet. Now I'm thinking. You go.
I was gonna and this doesn't count for my guess, but
He's a comedian?
He's a comedian.
One of the Wayans brothers.
So he's not black, but he's brown.
Oh, well,
I give it away? He's not American. Well,
Aziz Ansari.
yeah.
Oh,
I was trying to get the little.
I thought you were Kevin Hart.
no,
man.
now that you
I got
say
the
it-
heart in there too.
Now that you say it, I got.
Yeah. Am I picking again?
Yeah, pick another one.
Wait, do I do?
No, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I'll read.
okay.
I'm ready to read. All right, so again, I got to go with this because the presidential election is happening right now.
Right.
So I don't know what is up with Hillary Clinton, man, and her emails. You want to go again, Dave? Who wants to go first? What is up with Hillary Clinton
All right.
60% speech impediment right there, and her emails.
You going first, Casey, or me?
I'm summoning the.
All right, let me see. Yeah, let's see. I
Go
gotta
ahead.
get this.
Jump in, please. by all means.
Oh, you're getting into character.
No, I'm trying to- yeah,
that was
I'm
some
trying to-
YouTube shit right there.
Oh, let me tell you about Hillary.
Stop. Got it. Now keep going. I got it in 2 bars. I think he hummed 2 bars. I got it. You're dead, right?
Oh, let me tell you about Hillary. I think she's like a camel. Watch out, they spit.
You gotta throw a nanu nanu in.
Yeah.
I do. I got so much energy. I hate her, but she's cool. But I don't know. She's a woman. She has a vagina. What are you gonna do? Oh,
It's the cocaine.
it's a cocaine.
All right, I think I'm good on that one.
Wow. Yeah, I
That's
got
good.
that one
Pretty
too. That was
good.
really good. Fuck me.
It all goes back to that play you were in.
Yeah. It goes. Yeah. I don't think that was actually on. We never actually did any of that. What's? Can you repeat the question?
What is
what?
up with Hillary Clinton and her emails? What's up with that?
First of all, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Hillary. Not a big fan of Hillary Clinton. I'm not a big fan of Hillary Clinton. She's, I don't know, her husband might have had malleable intercourse with some chubby intern.
I got it.
Yeah, do you got it?
Yeah, you kind of look like him. No?
No, it's still harnessing this guy. Hillary Clinton to me is probably the worst political. Dare I say, I think she's stupid. I think she's a stupid person. Fuck me.
Dude, you are Louis C.K.
No.
You're not
No.
Louis C.K. That was
I could probably
Louis
do it better
CK.
than Louis C.K.
Who?
Oh, I thought you.
You were
trying
Robin
to-
Williams, right? So
You were totally Robin Williams.
Yeah, I should have been like, it's not your fault.
It's not. It's
Not your fault.
don't do it. Don't. Not you. Not you.
who
do it.
do you think he was?
Fuck.
There's people yelling at their
I was trying to
podcast
get the.
right
I
Yeah.
recognized the cadence and the
Trying to. Yeah.
Can you say something he says, like, or he or
Yeah.
she says?
Trying to harness the
They have like is it
dialogue.
It's
of
a
this
comedian,
guy.
right? It's a comedian.
It's totally a comedian. I think they're all
They're all
comedians.
comedians. That's,
Oh, yeah.
that's the
That makes
game.
it easier.
Ask the male comedian.
Ask the male. If I was in a movie, then I would be who? If I was in a movie, who would I be? If I was going to be in a movie and I played maybe God or something like that, no. Who am I?
George Burns?
Am I George Burns is a comedian, but no, smartass.
He played God.
He did play God.
What'd you say, Frank? 60? I got 60%.
George Carlin.
Oh,
Yeah!
George Carlin.
Yes!
Yes, I was. It was. It
He
was
started
there.
to grow on me.
That was an excellent job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It took a little while.
I got it. I got it on
You listen
what
to
you
that
just.
back, you will hear.
I got it on what you just did there.
I
was
almost
like,
have to
it's George
hear
Carlin.
him. I had to hear him in my head, just like Aziz.
He would have get.
Yeah.
I'm glad you went that route because he could even easily been like,
Yeah.
well, the 7 dirty rules of Hillary.
Right, yeah,
So
right,
7
right,
dirty.
yeah, yeah.
You could have that and be like,
Totally.
because of what you said, but you went for the impression.
I wanted a voice. I wanted to hear
yeah.
the voice. That's
I was eating my Rice Krispies the other morning, and I was cutting the fruit, and it was falling in the bowl, and I distinctly heard them say, "Snap, crackle, fuck him." That's one of my favorite Carlin bits ever. I did a terrible Carlin.
No, I was wondering who that was. I was wondering who was interpreting Carlin.
I didn't even know you were doing anything at that point.
All right, you got to come up with some commentary. You get how the
Yeah.
game's played at this point.
Yeah. Commentary you need for me.
I'm digging deep. There's a lot of them. There's only 3 of us here, right?
Yeah, there's a lot in there.
Wow, what was?
We could.
In case you didn't like one, you could throw it back.
Oh,
I
nobody
didn't know
said
that.
that.
Wow, I just
Oh, you
took
could
it.
throw it back. I took it.
I just took it like I'm supposed to. Like it's prison. Commentary.
That was lost on some people.
Yeah. Why does everyone care so much about Donald Trump's hair? Boom.
What's the thing with Donald Trump's hair? Is it hair?
Got it. Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, seriously, Derek.
What's the big thing about Donald Trump's hair?
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Actually, I had to do that.
Is it jumbo or is it shrimp? That's the joke.
I did him an FLD today. I got to work on that one. I'm not too good at that one. Let me tell you something. I think it looks fabulous.
Oh, totally gave it away.
Seinfeld and Jim Carrey.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. Yay, we got a winner.
Yeah, chicken dinner. Thank you.
You want to do one more round? Or?
I think we should make Frankie do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Frank.
Just have her pick one,
Frank,
and then
no,
and
Frank
we'll
picks
guess
the
it.
politically charged question.
No,
and we do.
just have her play a character. We'll all try to guess who she is.
Yeah, that'd be
Right?
fun.
Throw the producer
Come on,
into the fire.
Frankie.
There you go.
Frankie.
Try your best.
Come on, get up on the mic.
Frank the Tank. Let's do it.
Dennis, get the camera.
Dennis!
Roll it.
I'm throwing
Feels
it
good,
back.
doesn't it?
Oh, throw
Throwing
it
it
back.
back.
Give her another one.
Oh, throwing it back.
Here's the cup. Take the cup.
We have George Carlin. Oh, we did that one. Yeah, took a while. Thanks, guys.
I passed this one up, and I was gonna go, baby. What you doing on the corner at 3 in the morning?
Jake.
I'm selling weed.
Selling weed.
That ain't cigarette. That's cigarette.
I had an experience with Dave Chappelle. He came to the restaurant I was working at. I was like, "Oh, can I get you a drink?" He's like, "No, I don't drink." And I was like, "He's like, but I smoke the weed." So great. So
He really
great.
said that?
Oh, I swear to God,
that's
yeah.
great.
I don't drink, but I smoke the weed.
What's the topic?
yeah.
We need a topic.
Uh,
The Zika virus, man.
ooh, yeah. You can't have sex or anything.
Right? You're gonna have babies with big heads. What's up with
Big,
the Zika
well,
virus?
yeah, my mom had it.
Wait, what is it?
Little did they know.
Yeah, I just heard about this the other day from someone on the street.
Howard was-
If you're gonna get pregnant, don't go to third world countries. Although it's now in America because your baby
We'll have a small head.
a giant head.
No, I thought it was a small
Oh, a
petite
small-
head.
I thought, no, they
small
were
head.
saying like it's a Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
60%. I apologize.
Yeah, a petite head, not a
Yeah.
potato head.
So that means you have a small brain.
Petite, not potato.
It means to be dumber.
Sydney L'Esperance,
Cha-ching.
our fact checker, do us a favor and put up what the Zika virus actually is.
Petite, not potato.
Yes.
Petite, not potato.
So go ahead, Frankie.
All right.
Frankie,
Can't wait for this.
hear it in your head,
It's gonna
Frankie.
be terrible.
Just go for it.
Oh, man.
The Zika virus is doing me no good. These women who have stopped having sex, no matter how much pudding I give them.
Oh, come on. You could do better than that. You could do.
Wait,
you
is,
could
is
do.
that a woman comedian?
I'm sorry.
better.
Did you,
Let me
all,
tell you
did you
about
all know who
something
that
with
was? Did you all know who that
I know what a Zika virus is.
was? In 10 seconds,
Let me
you
tell
all
you-
knew who it was.
I think because he said pudding.
Yeah. Pudding was it.
Hey, no
So
one said
good,
you
Frank.
You went for the easy
You
out.
might as well have said, my name is Bill. That's all you have to
All
say.
right, get back to the show. Get back
Is
to
there
work.
Congratulations, you won.
Hey, thank you.
You actually won, man. You're
I
a
was
winner.
trying to crush it. My disease is terrible. I'll work on it. But my Carlin came through a little bit.
Carlin came through.
He had nothing to say, but he got the voice. Dennis!
Hey, nice.
Dennis!
It feels good.
He doesn't answer, that guy.
No.
He's busy with his head. He's got his headphones on.
When is the last time
Yeah.
you heard that sound?
It's been a long time. Yeah, the startup, the old modem. It's great. I don't miss it. It's kind of fun.
Charlie, we're in the middle of a show here. What's going on?
What
Charlie everywhere.
Charlie doesn't care.
what does it mean to you?
What does it mean to me?
Yeah, man.
Reminds me of my youth.
Getting that picture of that naked chick.
It takes for yeah. It took about 45 minutes to see a boob. I was already done by the time it scrolled up. You know? So I was able to finish.
Did you have you had AOL?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Did you rock that AIM?
Don't say your name.
No, I'm not going to say my name.
You remember your screen name?
Yeah.
Derek D has this ability. It's like a superpower.
Okay.
Although, did you know him back then?
Nope.
He will nail your screen name.
Well, that's a lot of pressure. But
it
two
a shot.
people, I have gotten randomly their name close to the number they had.
We used to make it a game and compete against each other. I don't even give a shit anymore. Like, he just nails
But how
it.
do you fact check it though?
The person tells you.
Yo, you say it right there.
Oh, you think they're in cahoots and he's been cheating the whole time?
No, come on.
Is that what you're saying?
No, that's
Whoa!
I
You
don't
just
know.
threw a whole cog in
zero chance.
Damn. Sydney L'Esperance.
Cha-ching.
I want you to fact check Casey Webb's screen name. Can we Google it? She can probably Google it.
You might be able to.
What do you think it is, D?
Well, they played football,
Yeah.
so he probably had a football number. He was a lineman,
Ooh. Yeah.
so it's probably like 60
I
something.
love how he works it out.
Yeah, he's working on his head. He's
I think he shot too low.
and his
I
name
think he shot too low,
is
too.
cool because it's Casey Webb, so it could be like C Webb. Like
C Webb 76.
like C, yeah, it's like in the 70s or 60s. I'm gonna say like C Webb, or yeah, C Webb 68 or something. Or
Wow.
He was close, right? I bet he was close, man.
You're pretty close. You actually said it.
No shit.
Yeah.
76 was it?
C Webb 76.
That was your screen
Oh
name?
shit!
Yeah, it wasn't my football number, but that's a number that's significant to both of us.
Because it's the year you were born, not me.
The year that I was born.
I was born in 75.
42776. Oh, you're old.
I am 1 year older.
Jesus.
Yeah, 93.
93.
C Webb. So I
Webb
got the name. You got the
76. Yeah,
number.
there it is.
It's amazing,
That's
right?
pretty dope.
So Sydney, you
Yeah.
don't have to fact check.
I like the
anything.
C Webb thing. Yeah. That's,
You want Casey to fact check? What do you need to fact checked?
to
Do you need a fact checked?
I'm good, actually.
You're good.
I'm not,
You don't want to give something to Casey to fact check. Just
Casey?
Just throw
Give it to myself?
Sorry, give something to 60%.
You're making me do the work now? Fuck, I don't want to.
Sydney, do you need anything fact checked? Just you go to on Twitter and ask at Casey Webb with 2 B's.
Yeah.
It's not. That's not what it is at all.
Casey's
it's
call.
at Casey's call.
Yeah.
Sydney Lesperance.
changed.
You tweet something for you, and you'll do it. Right?
Sydney,
Sydney Lesperance.
She's our fact checker.
She's our fact checker. She will tweet out what we say that's incorrect during this episode.
Really?
Yeah, it's awesome.
So when
It's
she
amazing.
tweets at you, will
Yeah.
you do me a favor?
I'll play
And
with
you'll
her.
respond to her?
I'll respond
Don't
to her.
play with her because she's a young girl in high school, and she's from Michigan where they don't have beaches.
No,
That's not.
They have beaches in Michigan,
No,
don't
they
they?
don't. Stop it.
Not real ones.
No, but not actual beaches. Not
Yeah.
beaches like here.
Yeah.
Right, not New Jersey or, beaches. Right, I get it.
but
Like
you'll-
Lake-
you
You
can
fact check. Oh, I got a fact check.
So yes, I will.
I gotta go.
Okay.
Since you're Jersey, we're talking about beaches.
Right.
Fact check. Sydney Lesperance.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, actually.
Fact check that I'm pretty sure that New Jersey is the longest run of coastal beaches in either the country or
No, I'm going to call bullshit. California is much longer than.
but beaches you go and sit on
so
the
now-
longest.
Oh yeah, because the California coast is rocky.
Rocky.
You
Yeah.
can't
All
actually
right,
sit on
Sydney,
those
check
beaches.
that out, man. And then
Cindy,
tweet.
right?
Sydney.
Sydney. Oh,
Like Yahoo.
Oh, like Yahoo.
You see what I'm saying?
Yahoo.
Speech impediment. 60%.
I feel if you slow down and think about what you want to say.
Before you
That's what
say
they've been
it,
telling me for 40 years, man.
Sorry
So the
about it.
armchair futurist. What will your industry look like? The year's 2050. You're sitting back in your reclining
I'm
chair.
dead, Mike. I'm dead.
Well, no, you're not dead in this
Okay.
scenario.
I'm
All
alive.
right, let's come on. Let's
I think you'll still
technology.
be
You
alive.
know, like you get with the vitamins
What is
today.
it, 16?
Cyborg.
Yeah, 50.
You can pump new hearts.
Right.
2050
2050. I'm sitting.
in a recliner.
Recliner.
Feet are back.
Feet are back.
What is your industry?
I still have feet. It's good.
Maybe.
Diabetes didn't
Maybe.
take them away. You never know. I look like I'm pre-diabetic. What is the? What does my industry look like?
Yeah. exactly. How do you answer that one?
Dude, let's go back to the fact checking with Sydney. Sydney, what does it look like?
Cha-ching.
Can she look into the future? It's the way it's going now. Everything's so mobile. I think there are going to be implants.
Everyone says implant. People say
Yeah.
Implants or some sort of device, very much like the Google
Oculus.
Eyes, and just some sort of glassware so we can see things, or drugs, drug induced,
like Matrix shit.
yeah, kind of like Matrix stuff. But the thing is, we all thrive for live entertainment or some entertainment of some kind. Mobile devices, are they going to get smaller than bigger again?
Yeah, they're starting to get smaller.
I'm questioning it. I'm working this out in my head.
You're really
guys.
running around the question though, but that's totally cool. Keep going. We like where you're going.
But no, I like.
I mean, it's kind of it's an open-ended question though.
Yeah, it is absolutely.
How do I see my industry in 2050 when I'm dead? But
I never looked at it that way.
He'll still be alive.
I hope, hopefully, not from the ground up.
I mean, hey,
That's how I
if we
hope-
had Nostradamus on this podcast before
Yeah.
he died, he would know.
But as you were saying, I think what you were about to get at is that people always thrive for live entertainment. That's never
Right.
going to go away.
Yeah, but
if
what
you're
is that
talking about the-
entertainment going to be?
I think the system.
How will we consume
I
it?
think the system's going to fail itself, and then we're going to have to go back to live performance.
Like gestures. Like you're talking about like Road Warrior fail itself? Like Chernobyl?
Things are just going to crumble.
Oh, I like it. You're dark.
Dark. I mean, if you have you
Zika
listened to the
virus.
podcast,
There's
it's
a lot of
dark so
comedians.
far.
A lot of comedians with tiny heads running around.
Little
because of this.
headed, little headed comedians telling jokes, little headed gestures everywhere.
Beetlejuices everywhere.
Oh, that's so
me?
creepy.
That
Big
dude
eyes.
definitely had Zika.
Oh, yeah, that dude's got a Zika. I'm not a fatalist in any, but thinking that far ahead, it's kind of daunting actually, because I live in the present. I don't know about yourself.
I do too.
I live in the moment.
You can drop George Carlin now. You don't have to embody him the entire episode.
Now he's here. He showed up. He showed up to play. Yeah.
I got to see him. I got to see him at Convention Hall.
No shit.
Right before
That's
he died.
amazing, yeah.
And I always loved him, and that whole Rice Krispies thing, and the bit about the dogs and the cats.
He's always, he's never going to go away. I think for any comedian, or it's very. He was kind of revolutionary when he changed his approach to performance, because he was like a TV guy and like a radio guy or TV guy, and he was like in the 50s, I guess, as I understand it, and he was pretty kind of reserved, and then he opened up and he got real political, and he was just kind of himself. Like,
he was also in
evolved,
that perfect time, right? Because 50s to the 60s to the 70s were completely different, man.
Yeah. Like each decade was considerably different than the last, and it opened up and kept opening up, and for performers, and
we actually got into that. I totally just ripped my headphones out, which is fine. We got into that with Bobby Bandiera last episode about he was coming up in the 80s playing.
Right.
End of the 70s, beginning of the 80s, and now he's going through what we have now. And it's kind of like George Carlin's coming from the 50s into the 60s. It's like it's just completely different, and it will never be the same.
Right.
Yeah, comedy's kind of the same way.
They made their mark. I mean, I think it's all how we receive our information too. With this new media, with platforms like Hulu, like Netflix, like YouTube, we're receiving information so much quicker. Where people had to go to Madison Square Garden to see someone perform. You couldn't see it on the TV. So things are moving at kind of a considerable rate. So 2050, we're probably going to explode.
Do you feel like you have to have one to support the other? I use the Jokers as a nice example, right? They have a TV show, but they travel as the Tenderloins, and they do their live shows. They just sold out Radio City 3 nights in a row.
Insane.
But one supports the other, and then their social media and their skits they do on YouTube on the Tenderloins website. Like, do you have to have all of that? And will you continuing to go forward? You can't just be a movie star anymore. With that, you need Twitter and Instagram.
Unless you're Brad Pitt and shit. But
and he's done it. Like he worked his way up through modeling, and then just using Brad Pitt as an example. But I think having a presence. I learned when YouTube started, say Ian and Anthony started doing content. When we started our production company called Manic Attack at the time that I worked for, those guys started it. That you had to be able to do other things. Like be behind the camera,
right?
Edit,
no editing. Be in front of the camera. Know how to do craft service. Know how to find a location. Know how to do casting. Know how to just to keep yourself relevant. But as far as an entertainer, there's so many more platforms. We still we still have cable. There's we have social media. So I think to be relevant and to keep yourself entertained, to keep yourself fresh, I think these platforms exist and they help you exist and kind of keep a presence and keep yourself motivated and creative. Because they're creative outlets, if you think of it that way. I think of, like all the nonsense that I put on, Twitter, Instagram, even Facebook, other than the content that I'm being cast in, or it helps me stay the course, That's kind of how I live in it. Some people are like, I can't work on social media. I'm like, then you're suffering.
It's easy once you start.
Yeah.
It's easy.
And it's a direct connection that you wouldn't normally have to your fan base.
Right. And especially if you're developing a fan base, because honestly, I can't say that I had a fan base until I started doing part-timers because I was just doing, maybe I was on TV, maybe I did a commercial here, a commercial there, but no one knows who the hell you are. They're just like, oh, I've seen that guy before. Yeah. But now there's a direct connection with their fans, which are becoming our fans, because as a result of the show going live, I have 600 new Instagram followers, and it seems that Twitter's a little bit slower on that end, and Facebook a little, just as slow as Twitter, but Instagram is I'm getting smashed with new, and they're commenting and they're and so you can actually exist with your fan base.
And do you take the time to converse back and forth? Do you
totally.
enjoy it?
I mean, it's they're putting the effort out, and even the people that are like, "You suck," I'm like, "Thanks, man." Why not? And because a lot of times, as I understand, they don't even realize there's a connection between you and them until you respond back.
Yeah,
they're just putting it out there. They're being little meanies, and it's like, "Hey, dude,
trolling.
I'm right here." Yeah,
and then you just kill them with the, "Hey, man, can't please everybody, but thanks for watching." And then they're like, "Oh, well, I didn't realize you would."
Totally, and it's a new thing for me, so I'm entertaining it. It's you can't be friends with everybody, but I can communicate with you. I'll be happy to do that because if you're taking the time to watch a show, I'm going to take the time if I can to communicate with you.
100%.
Thank you for watching. It's it's like I'm able to do what I want to do, performance wise. And you're watching, it's amazing.
We spend a lot of time going talking to our listeners, and playing with them, and we really enjoy it. I mean, I think
Do you set up like play dates and stuff?
We
or?
don't not play dates necessarily, but
No, we
like,
keep in touch. Especially we have a lot of fans in the UK, and this is a group they have like like Twitter, like dedicated to us and stuff. And
we have some fans set up a fan page, and then at the Joker show, Jarek and I went to Radio City, and we bumped into a lot of them and were taking pictures with them.
Amazing.
And it was phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
And we really love it, and that's kind of like there's two reasons why I love doing it, and I don't know if you mirror this, but number one is because without this podcast, you and I would never have gotten down to sit and have this conversation.
Right.
And it was amazing conversation, and that's with every guest,
Yeah.
And number two, it's the connection to the people that listen and creating that connection with them. Those are two great things that would not exist without this podcast.
Because you're taking old-timey radio and you're giving it new purpose. Like, I love podcasts for that reason because, like, I stopped listening to radio a long time ago just because I find it annoying, for whatever reason. But now, for commercials. But, with the invention of podcasting, it brings back the that relationship to actually listening to a storyline or, I think it's a lot more powerful than radio, unfortunately, for radio. But,
and we're not also... FCC isn't coming down on us, so we can talk and say what we want.
You could be open-ended, very much like Netflix. They're letting entertainers, performers do whatever they want. And you have to opt in. So it's like for an audience member to opt in, you can hear whatever there's no censorship.
If they're coming to you, then they kind of deserve that you to come back with them, right? They're picking PBR to listen to.
Sure. Yeah.
We would be asinine to not have that conversation with them.
Yeah, same. And I do the same thing with FLD. And we did on Monday's episode, we did a commenter of the week where a guy, he was like, I was in a bad motorcycle accident in 2001, started taking pain meds. Then I got hooked on heroin. He's like, and believe it or not, you may think this is cheesy. He's like, but he's like, addicts are very ritualistic. He's like, and watching your show every day became a ritual for me and actually helped me in recovery. So I read that. I was like, you're like blown away by that, and you read that.
Feels good.
Yeah, it feels real good, like doing a service, making someone laugh, taking them out of something for just a little bit where they could just laugh and learn some cool shit about some car news for the day. And then back to an asshole commenter. It was like, oh, guy's just trying to looking to get on the show and everything. And we vetted it. We looked it up, and I just wrote back. I said, well, that's a little insensitive, man, but I thank you for watching. And he just wrote back, sorry.
That's great, man. Oh, man. Casey, thank you so much for coming on the pod, man.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got really emotional, and I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
It's in waves, man. We're laughing. We're serious. It's
totally. Love it.
Anything you want to plug on the way out?
My mouth with some pizza.
Yeah, that's going to happen. Johnny'sPizza.com. You're about to slice up your mouth.
Johnny's Pizzeria.
Slice up my mouth. YouTube. Follow Part-Timers on Smosh. Episode every week. Check it out, guys. Thanks for listening and watching.
And Derek G. Twitter at Casey's Call, right? Instagram at Casey's Call.
Yeah, at Casey's Call. And then my website is caseywebsite.com.
You can plug it for me. Go ahead.
DerekD.com. Pizza Beer Revolution. You can find us on the web, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram us. Give us some love, and we will love you back. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for listening, everybody, and see you.
Thanks, guys.
Just keep the...